Hey Rolando, this is Amber. I'm from Local Leads Co. here in Lakeland, Florida. Janine had actually given me your information so I could shoot this video and get it over to you, just kind of comparing your website to your top 2 competitors. So there's 3 things that I'm going to go through with you today. 3 things that are going to help rank your business and make you number 1 in Google. So the first thing is content. The second thing is links and or what's considered backlinks, and then the third thing is citations. So the first thing I wanted to go through with you in looking at your website would be content. So I do like, number 1, that you have photos and you have a video that's very appealing to the eye. The one thing that I could definitely see growth in would be the content or amount of words that you have on your page. Google loves content, and generally they like to see about 1,500 to 2,000 words on the front page, and then on the back pages around 700 to 1,000 words. So that's definitely an area of growth that could help rank your business and rank your website. When I go to your top competitor's Stewart's Plumbing Service, I number 1 see this video, which is up and coming definitely when it comes to digital marketing and it comes to web design. So this is definitely something that we could do for you as well, but I'm showing that they don't actually have a lot of content. So this is definitely an area where you could beat them, would be the amount of or lack thereof content that they have. Your number 2 competitor, All Pros Plumbing, is very interesting. Showing it looks like they have a good amount of content. Their website is just not that appealing to the eye at all. So this is definitely an area where you could beat them as well. Definitely seeing how much content they have and then going beyond that as far as your website is concerned. The second thing that we look at is this tool called Ahrefs, and it kind of shows you the back end of your website. I'm showing this UR and DR represents the amount of power that you have and then the amount of trust that you have. So when I say power, I just essentially mean the amount of influence. So if you would refer back to high school, the popular kids, the cool kids, that's kind of what I mean when I'm talking about power and influence. So it looks like you have not that much power and not a lot of trust. Trust is also something that Google looks at. And what that means is the links that are referring back to your website aren't very trustworthy links. They can, in other words, seem to be kind of spammy. So that's definitely an area of growth for you, and we could definitely get you good, trustworthy links as well. I'm showing going into that backlinks, you have 187 backlinks, which is a good amount. When I go to your competition, Stewart's Plumbing, they have a little bit more power and influence and a lot more trust. They have about 277 backlinks, which we could definitely get you far beyond that. And then they have 191 keywords, which we'll go into that in a minute. And then I wanted to also go to your second competitor, which is All Pros Plumbing. It looks like they have a little bit of power and almost no trust at all. So this is definitely something that you could outrank them in. They're number 2 in Google, so that would be no problem at all outranking them when it comes to power and trust. They have more backlinks, which again, this is something we could get for you. The most important thing when it comes to backlinks is trust and the quality. The quality is extremely important. You often see a lot of websites try and get as many as they can, but they're not trustworthy sites, so it brings down that trust. So we want to get you good, credible websites that are referring back to your website. And the other thing I wanted to look into with you were keywords. So if I go back to yours, looks like you have about 215 keywords, so you have a good amount, but we want to bring up your position. So when someone Googles plumbers in Lakeland, Florida, you show up as number 12 in Google, whereas your competition shows up as number 1, and then All Pros Plumbing shows up as number 2, I believe. Let me see. Yeah. So we want to get you up there, and how we would do that would be by getting you that content and getting you those very credible backlinks. And then the last thing that Google looks at is citations. And what that is essentially your name, address, and your phone number of your company, of course, displayed all over Google. So all over different directories. So I'm showing that you have 30 citations. Your competition has 36, definitely could outbeat that. And then your second competition, they have 61 citations. So this is definitely an area of growth. We would definitely want to work on exceeding that number and getting you double, if not triple, because that's again something that heavily influences where you're ranked at in Google. So that's kind of everything that I have. If you would like to learn more, I would love to touch base with you. My information is below this email. It's the name of the company, my phone number, and then my email, of course. So if you would like to touch base and learn a little bit more, please feel free to reach out to me. And if not, that's okay too. I definitely appreciate your time. Thank you.